Hello, welcome back to Dinner and a Show on the Road. The lights behind me are my friend Andrew leaving. We just finished watching the Wonder Woman movie from from tonight, and man, was it a good movie. DC Comics definitely needed this movie. They needed this movie to be good, and they needed Wonder Woman to be a strong character, and they pretty much, pulled out all the stops, and they got it right. So for those like me who were worried, oh my gosh, we don't have to worry anymore. It's a good movie. I think last time I looked, Wonder Woman had a 93% rating on Rotten Tomatoes, so for those who care about that, woohoo! For those who don't and want to make their own opinion about it by not seeing the reviews, sure. Just a little fun fact for you. Compared to like the 28 and 26% from Batman vs. Superman and Suicide Squad. So that's saying something. So anyway, they needed this movie to keep their universe alive, and I think they did a really good job and succeeded in what they did. I'm parked in front of my house. I'm not actually driving, really. So it's late. I'm not gonna drive. Don't know a whole lot of the cast. I know that Professor Lupin's in it, for those who are Harry Potter fans. Chris Pine of Star Trek fame is in there, and Gal Gadot from the Fast and Furious is Wonder Woman. And she lives on an island called Themyscira that is inhabited by women that Zeus placed on Earth to protect mankind, and to protect from Ares, who basically, according to Wonder Woman's mother, caused the mankind to stumble and become corrupt and to basically create war everywhere. So yeah, what happens is that their life's pretty cool, and Diana, who is Wonder Woman, pretty much is trained to be a soldier and everything like that. And just one day, Chris Pine, who plays Stephen Trevor in this movie, his plane crashes on the Themyscira shore, and she rescues him, and then she finds out that there's a war going on, World War I to be exact, the 19-teens. And when he tells them what's going on out there, Diana wants to help them, and so she leaves with Steve, but not without the lasso of truth, the God Killer sword, and the shield, and a cool little Wonder Woman outfit for her, the red and blue. And she goes off to London and all of Europe to try and fight the war, go to the front, and stop, I forget the general's name, it's a German name, and Dr. Poison from destroying the world and just killing millions upon millions of people. So that's pretty much the premise. What did I think of it? Well, I thought it was fantastic. Sure, there's going to be some narration in there towards the beginning. They tie it in, I think, as well as they could, considering that this movie takes place much earlier, probably almost 100 years earlier from the events of Batman vs. Superman, the last movie that she was in. So, they tied it in a little bit through like a present day scene where, Bruce has people from Wayne Enterprises deliver Diana a gift, which is the picture of her and a few other the soldiers that she worked with, and you see that picture in Batman vs. Superman. That's how Bruce Wayne was able to figure it out, that she was otherworldly, and so through that we kind of see Diana's life as a child, and then grown, and to what she is now. And you know what? Gal Gadot plays a really good Diana Prince and Wonder Woman. People were kind of worried about how she would be portrayed or how she would portray the character because, honestly, she doesn't have a really good resume. I mean, there's like Keeping Up with the Joneses, a few Fast and Furious movies that she didn't really have a major part in, and just didn't do much. Say anything really. So her, I think, and then she was in Date Night. I kind of saw her in that. She just didn't really stand out, and she kind of seemed a little stiff in earlier roles. But here, it works perfectly well. I mean, she plays a character that's kind of naive of, just the good and evil in mankind. She just believes that all men are, all mankind are just good, and she thinks that Ares is controlling them, and it's just interesting to see that that's not the case. People can choose to be good or choose to be bad. I'm trying to think what else was there. And she played, they do the fish out of water thing for a little bit, just to kind of get her accustomed to the new world, which you kind of expect. It's she's a goddess pretty much, since she's made out of clay and raised to life by Zeus, basically. She, so it's kind of like Thor, where she kind of is interacting with humans and trying to figure out, how to behave and what's the deal there. It does take a little bit of a feminist twist, obviously. I mean, Wonder Woman is a woman in a world that was, dominated by men, and their rules and stuff. So, they do address that a little bit, like, her going into a council full of male generals, that kind of shocked everybody. It's like, what's she doing here? Get her out. And that goes for a little bit, but they don't just dwell too much on it. And what was great? They didn't make, men the bad guy. Like, all, men are just evil and stuff. It's like, Steve Trevor, he was great. They didn't make them out to be dumb and stupid either. Chris Pine plays a great Steve Trevor. I mean, he's becoming just more and more of a great actor. I think Hell or High Water was a very good movie that started, where people started taking him seriously, and he's not just the guy from Star Trek. And they utilized him well, because he's quirky, he's smart, he's very good at comedic timing when it comes to his lines. I really enjoyed him. I thought he was hilarious. And then there's some others. I think there was his secretary who was really funny. But yeah, it's like, so I'm glad that the movie didn't go like the whole anti men route. They didn't do that. They treated everybody with respect, and they just addressed the the women empowerment theme very well, and I thought that was great. So the first third of the movie, the first act is, basically setting up, who what Themyscira is, what the Amazons are, who Wonder Woman is, and then you're just setting up the plot. It's not until they get to the trench scene where things start to really just pick up pace wise, and the action's really good. I liked a lot of the lasso work, just really creative. With that, the shield, they utilized that really well. There was a lot of slow motion in there, so it kind of was like 300 in a way, just in terms of slow motion in the action, a lot more, but it wasn't really that distracting, and I thought some of the shots were really cool. I think there's a shot from the trailer where she just knocks a guy out of a window, with her knee. Does my fist. And it just was really that was a really fun shot. She's a powerful character, and she does believe the best in mankind, and that was really great to see. The climax is They do have really cool action in there, but I really like the Battle of Philosophies. Because, she does fight Ares at the end. I mean, they don't hide that. They've announced that Ares was going to be in the movie. And I was like, oh, cool. This is going to be a really awesome fight. And it was a pretty cool fight. Ares believes that all mankind are just, evil, and that there's no good in them. And, they're always going to be bad. And, Wonder Woman's like, no, there is good in people. So yeah, I really like that. Cinematography was really cool. They made, the colors were really cool. Themyscira was, very bright and tropical, blues and greens. And of course, the browns, because, that's how their armor was. And then London, like in Europe in general, they diluted the colors. Just because it's a bleak time. It's war. And it's the industrial age, and so you have all of that, just smoke and grays and just saturated colors. So that kind of set the tone up a bit. There are other side characters. I wish I just looked at the cast a little more. And my phone is the camera, so I can't really just close it and look it up. But they were really cool too. They didn't really get into their stories too much. Maybe there was a campfire scene or so, but just not too much. Steve Trevor and Wonder Woman do have some really good chemistry, because he's kind of her gateway to the world and what it's like, and she is the gateway to her world for him. And so it's just really cool just seeing them interact. And that was really, it was a lot of fun. They had a lot of funny moments. I think a really cool scene was like a dance scene. Just after a big old battle, they have time to dance. And she's like, is this what, peace is like over here? Or what does peace look like? And he's like, I don't know. So it was a pretty powerful moment. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Visual effects was cool. I really liked the animation of the credit scene, or the credits towards the beginning as they was rolling. I just don't know what else to say. It's a great movie. DC needed this movie to be good, and it was. And I think that this will be kind of the landmark, or the benchmark, for just female-led superhero movies. And I think Patty Jenkins did a terrific job. I think she's the first female director for a summer blockbuster movie, ever, which is it's wow. It took us this long to get there, but hey, better now than never, or better late than never. So this film is a secret handshake. This was a really good movie. You'll enjoy it. I enjoyed it. My friend Andrew really enjoyed it. I think it's great. So go watch it. And if you're one that's passionate about having female-led characters or female-led superheroes, then support this movie. It's a great watch. It's not, it's just terrific. It's great. So that's it. I'm Brian, and until next time, I'll see you at the movies.